Goff was pretty much perfect in an emotional, high-stakes game that I'm sure weighed on Jared Goff. He delivered. Stafford was not perfect, but Stafford was pretty damn good on Sunday night as well. But that was Jared Goff's night, and it was just really fucking cool to see the crowd acknowledge that from start to finish. And you could tell he was emotional, and it was amazing to be a part of. I mean, it's been the talk of the town, the talk of the week was the crowd. Back me up. That's the most. That's the best sporting event, like non-championship, that I've ever been to. It's the loudest sporting event I've ever been to by far, from start to finish. The crowd understood the assignment. I got there 90 minutes early. The building was like 80% filled 90 minutes early. And Dan Campbell had this great quote, like in warm-ups, you could see it, you could feel it. There was like a haze. There was just this haze of glory, and you could feel the tension. And it was just spectacular. Like from start to finish, the crowd never gave up. It was just like a giant party from start to finish. Like you could just see and you could feel it. And the crowd understood. With 4:20 to go, they said, all right, we need 2 first downs. The crowd knew that. You know, Jared Goff didn't even know that, apparently. He came out afterwards and said, I didn't know until the play call came in for victory formation. But the crowd knew, and knew the tension at the end of the game. And another thing I want to highlight is, if you guys caught this, Stafford's audible, which is a fair audible, and I've seen it before, but his audible involves him putting both of his hands on his head like this. It looks like he's going like this, like I can't hear. Every time Stafford did this, the crowd would get louder. The crowd would go fucking batshit crazy. And both of the timeouts that were called in the second half were as a result of Stafford calling an audible and them running out of time. That directly affected the game. You caused the opposing team to call 2 timeouts because they couldn't hear and get their play call. And guess what? You got the ball with 4:20 left, and they can only stop the clock 1 time because they didn't have those timeouts. You can make the case that the crowd had a major impact on the game. And it was so fucking incredible. I've never been a part of a crowd like that. The lower bowl didn't sit down 1 time. Enjoy this. That's thing number 5. Enjoy this. To the point where yesterday, I didn't care. Philly, Tampa, who cares? We got a second playoff game. We got a second one. And if things are shaping up like, holy shit, are we on a hell of a ride if they pull it off again on Sunday? We're on the ride of a fucking lifetime that I never, like, all I ever wanted was just a home playoff game. I didn't even care if they won it. Of course, you get Stafford and the stakes were raised, and I really wanted to win that game Sunday. But now this is special. We're going through it now. Like, sometimes it happened with Michigan football last week. These are things that have eluded us for years. And then one day it just happens. One day Michigan beats Alabama in the Rose Bowl, and then they go and they win a national championship, and they're undefeated. And it's happening again right now for the Lions. One day you win the division and you get that home playoff game, and you got to exercise all these fucking demons. You got to beat Stafford, who couldn't deliver on this, and you have to play a hell of a game, and they did. And then all of a sudden the Packers beat the Cowboys, and you didn't think you were going to get the second game. Well, guess what? You got the second playoff game, and these things are happening, and it's not a coincidence. And just enjoy it. Do I feel really good about Sunday? Is it going to be a cakewalk? Fuck no. It's going to be close. But just take this in and enjoy this, because it might not ever happen again. I think the way this franchise is set up, it probably will happen again. I think good things are coming for this franchise, because they weren't supposed to be this good this year. And now they're a game away from an NFC championship.
They remind me a lot